Yes, you read that title right. This is not clickbait. I had my SIG, my brand new SIG P365-XMACRO for one whole day before I had to send it back to SIG for repairs. Stay tuned to find out what happened. Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I did not plan on releasing this video today. I was actually gonna do this shoulder holster review. However, I felt like this is a little bit more pressing and I wanted to share with you guys my experience with the SIG P365-XMACRO. My brand new everyday carry gun. I put a poll out there for you guys and it really came down between the 43X and the XMACRO. I went and shot both, held both, and a couple of other in the lineup that I did have my eyes on, and I landed on the XMACRO. It just felt so good in my hand. It's such a flat shooting gun. That compensator, I thought at first was a little bit of a gimmick. However, it does make a difference. So I was really excited about this 17+1. It was just an all around really good option for everyday carry until I had to send it back to SIG. Let's get into it. So the day of finding my new everyday carry, I knew what I wanted. I shot all the guns. I came home, I thought about it, and I went back to my local gun store to pick up the SIG XMACRO. I got it, took it home. The first thing I did when I get home, like all new guns that I get, and probably you guys do the same thing as well, kind of admire it, look at it, hold it, dry fire it, and start planning on what you wanted to do with it. Put a red dot on it, whatever you do to your guns. For me, it was getting the red dot on and getting a really good holster. So this is pretty much what I have left of the XMACRO right now. The slide itself is over on its way to SIG as we speak. It hasn't even got to their store. I think it's going to New Hampshire. So I get the SIG home. I'm really excited, you know, dry firing it. About to put my Holosun 507C on it, and then I realized the Holosun 507C does not fit on the SIG P365, so I had to order the 507K. Not a big deal, but I still wanted to get the plate off, and I knew that the 507K would be here in the next day. So I was tinkering with the plate, and I quickly realized that I was going to have to apply some heat and maybe even some thread lock brake liquid that you drop down into the threads. It eats away at the thread lock because the screws were just not budging. So I got a soldering iron, applied the heat, applied the thread lock release, gave it some time. Well, reverse order. I put the thread lock release on first, then applied the heat after some time. And I attempted to remove the first screw from the plate, and wouldn't you know it, it completely just stripped all the way through. I mean, I was applying not that much pressure, but I knew it was still tough. And this is all on me. I'm not saying anything wrong with SIG here. And it completely stripped that first bolt. And me being stubborn and just wanting to get this done, I was excited. I probably should have been a little bit more patient and maybe even taken the gun to a gunsmith to let them finish it off, especially after stripping it. I moved on to the next bolt, and I was, applied a little bit more heat to this one to hopefully break some of that thread lock in there. And wouldn't you know it, the top of the screw head completely sheared off, and the the remaining part of the screw was left down in the threads, and there was no way I could get that out. I attempted it's called speed out drill bit, and basically you drill a hole down into it and then you put that but the plug for it was so small that it was just going to do more damage than anything. I was extremely disappointed at myself for being so overly anxious. I should have just been patient. Anyways, I realized that there was nothing I could do at this point, that it wasn't going to get any better, and I probably should just stop. I took it over to a local gunsmith down the street, a really good gunsmith, and he looked at it, and after about a few seconds, he said, "I'm not touching it. I'm not going to do anything." And he's like, "I'll tell you why." He said, "How long ago did you buy this?" I said, "1 day ago. I bought it yesterday." And he said, "Well, it's still under warranty. Send it to SIG and have them do the repairs on it." He said if it was maybe used or, anything else, I would have probably attempted, but he said it's still under warranty, it's brand new, go send it to SIG. So this is where part 2 comes in, and this is my experience with the SIG customer service repair department. So I call Sig up and I say, hey, this is the story. This is what happened. I told him exactly what I did. I told him one sheared off, the other one's completely stripped. Actually, after a few minutes of the second one that was stripped, I did get that one out with the speed out drill bit. So it did eventually come out. It took probably 2 sessions of heating before it finally gave loose with the speed out. So I got that one out. However, the other one was still just broken off in there, and there was nothing I could do to get that out. So I let them know I got one out, but the other one is still in there. And the customer service guy that was on the other line, I was expecting them to kind of give me some hassle and ask, whoa, what happened? This was completely on your fault. It has nothing to do with SIG. Not a question. His response was, okay, no big deal. Let me write this up in the email really quick. This is what you're going to do. I'll send you an email. And they sent me an email with step-by-step instructions on how I'm supposed to package it, what I'm supposed to do, how I'm supposed to receive it back, everything. And so basically he said, just ship me the slide, keep the barrel, keep the spring, keep the grip module, just the slide. Don't send anything else with it. We'll get it. We have an agreement with FedEx.
Good defense. Good defense.
Go take it to your local FedEx. You don't have to pay anything, and we get it. And he said the latest we're talking is a 2-week turnaround to get this back and repaired. He said if we get it done sooner, we'll send you an email. So I got the email, printed out the shipping label, packaged it exactly how they asked, sent it off. Didn't cost me a thing. And then I called SIG just to make sure, because I was like, you know what, I messed this up. I just want to be sure that that's clear on this. Just want to be transparent, honest on that. And they were completely fine. They were like, no big deal, just send it. We'll get it repaired, and we'll send it back to you as soon as possible. So I'm right now. They still haven't received it. I checked the FedEx shipping, the tracking, and it should be there in a couple days. So Monday, in a few days. And they said usually 2-week turnaround, he said, but most likely a lot sooner than that. So I am really pleased with SIG's response. I was not expecting them to be so just chill about everything, especially because I feel like it was 100% my fault. I should have been patient and waited on that. But lesson learned, if I can't get it out, take it to a gunsmith, let them do it, maybe have a little bit more patience with it. But at the end of the day, I am really excited still about the SIG XMACRO. I get to sit here and just fill the grip module instead of having the whole gun, but it should be back really soon, and I will give you guys an update and let you know. I did order the 507K, and that's what will be going on this. But the next video after this shoulder holster video, I plan on doing a review of the SIG XMACRO itself, letting you guys know what I think after shooting it some more. 17+1, you can't go wrong with that. And in my opinion, it just, for my smaller hands, it's just perfect combination for everyday carry / home defense. And that's what I was really looking for, something that I could take off my waist from, in the evening when I'm going to lay down in bed, and it's my home defense setup. I don't have to change anything. I don't have to get anything out. I don't have to switch guns. It's just an all-around really good everyday carry gun. With that being said, I am in the market for a 10mm. I've been looking at the M&P, the new one. However, I've seen problems with that. I also see the new SIG that came out in 10mm, a little on the pricey side. And what else is there? The Springfield Elite. That is something that's probably on top of my list. If you guys know any other 10mm or you recommend any semi-auto 10mm, let me know in the comments below. I appreciate each one of you, and I'll keep you all updated. Keep an eye out for the community post, and I'll let you guys when I receive back my slide and how everything went. I'll catch you all on the next one. God bless.